I'm Janine from Sigma. We are here with Mark Berkovich, the CEO of Kea Group. How are you today, Mark?
I'm great, thank you. Very glad to be here and looking forward to our conversation.
Amazing. We're going to jump into today with a bit of fintech as well conversations. And let's start off with fragmentation, right? Fragmentation is often cited as a barrier within fintech. How realistic is it for one platform to unify neobanking, crypto, and payments without losing depth or reliability in all of these sectors?
Yeah, first, as we already discussed, the gaming industry is the one which is adopting all innovations, changes in payments industry the first. So I would say it's a sort of a testing environment of all innovations. So it's amazing to be here and to discuss it with the industry professionals. In terms of current state, I think everyone is a bit tired of you need to go to different solutions, processors, payment providers, PSPs, and it takes huge effort for the
Definitely,
clients to
especially to keep track of everything as well.
exactly to build teams that are in charge of it, and everyone wants something like in one place.
Definitely.
And fragmentation is also, of course, fueled by regulatory changes. There are new regulations in Europe, in US, wherever, and it's difficult for fintechs to adapt. But gradually it's happening. So the more regulatory framework is clear and understandable, the easier for fintechs is to combine everything in one place. For us at Kea, we try to focus on the tech
Okay.
to make the fragmentation as least as possible.
Smoother.
We built own solution or core banking system.
Okay.
We have effective licensing strategy, which is the most important these days for successful fintech. And yeah, focus on users, good UX, good relationship management with clients, and they appreciate it.
Always the best priority to have
Of
within
course,
this
of
industry.
course, of course.
And regulation is obviously tightening worldwide, Europe, outside of Europe, especially around digital assets. How do you see regulatory differences across regions shaping the future of iGaming, shaping the future of integrated fintech as well, and these platforms?
Yeah, now it's time of changes, and
Definitely.
there are changes in iGaming all the time. People discover new exotic jurisdictions, so it's always fun in fintech and payments and crypto. Obviously, many things happening now, especially in crypto. There is now MiCA in Europe.
Wow.
There is now Genius Act according to for stablecoins in US, and both players in fintech and regulators are observing, trying to understand what's happening. Of course, there's still a lot of uncertainty. Let's say even in Europe for MiCA, it's
Okay.
difficult to understand what tools to use. Everyone is talking about stable coins. It's the future of payments, and it actually is. But the real tools to be compliant, to work properly for the providers, they do not exist yet. It's being developed, but nothing is tested. So both regulators and players are learning together. It's an interesting process,
Definitely.
but it's definitely improving. So now in US there is narrative also for stable coins. We went from crypto to digital assets now to make it very obvious that it's stable. Now the narrative are stable coins, and of course it also has a lot of things that are not fully certain, like stable coins start issuers start to compete with each other.
Of course, and things like you said are always changing, so you never know what might be happening or what might be trending now might end up fizzling out later or might even get bigger later. You never can actually predict these things.
Exactly, and that's why to offer the right service to be competitive, the fintech players need to have super effective licensing strategy. So that's actually also our focus. That's how we try to be as to offer as many services as possible to our clients through
Definitely.
being in Europe, being in non-EU jurisdictions, being in UAE and many areas just to cover all what clients would require and to actually be adaptive to what's happening.
Definitely. And I think even aside from adaptivity, trust is a very, very big aspect, especially within iGaming, within fintech. So, for example, when it comes to trust in both banking and crypto, what do you think the industry is still getting wrong about building the long-term customer confidence, with these products?
I would say marketing, investment, and being very, very fun. Yeah, it works, but of course it doesn't build the long-term
Trust.
trust
No.
that it's in payments in the fintech. Clients give you their money,
Mm-hmm.
so they actually need to be comfortable what's happening. And again, regulation is very important. For instance, 10 years ago, when you would have told that come and open account with an EMI, with electronic money institution, everyone would be, oh no, I want only a bank. Later on, everyone understood some
Look at us
institutions.
now.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Sometimes your money is held with central bank. It's not credited and things like that. So
definitely.
people got much more aware
Mm-hmm.
of regulation as well. Somehow, um, players from higher risk
Yeah,
industries also need to understand it now, and people are much more open towards more tech solutions, more fintechy solutions, and in fact, I would say these days people wouldn't even prefer to go to old school banks.
definitely.
They would just say, "Oh no, it's not for us." So I think it's very important this shift of perception
Yeah,
of
adapting with the times and really staying on top of the new trends and what things are coming up and
yeah,
always being adaptive to all
yeah,
of that.
exactly. It helps um, to be very adaptive, as you said, and move your let's say requirements across different services, jurisdictions, and ideally within one
Definitely.
platform. That's what we actually do as well.
Yes. And a lot of fintechs are scaling rapidly. However, the profitability tends to lag behind a bit. Do you believe that the current fintech growth model is sustainable, or do you think that it maybe might become sustainable later on? Or will we see a correction similar to what happened in other tech sectors?
Um, Definitely, fintech is also going through similar cycles to tech. It also depends on the economic situation, on what's happening on the macro level, availability of money,
Yeah,
of venture capital, of investment, and of course, when it was highly available. There were many players that were growing at all costs, very often ignoring profitability to maintain and meet up the growth expectations. But the funds were much more available, and
definitely.
it was that state. And of course, we see those players that are the most popular now at that time they started and they took their part of the market and niche and they stayed. But of course, in the past years, um, profitability or at least road to
Hmm.
profitability and healthy P&L is something that is extremely important in our industry. You cannot try to scale at any cost. You need to actually have a solid business model that makes sense for everyone, for
Definitely.
customers, for clients, and
In the
for
business.
shareholders
Yeah.
and the business, of course. So right now, I would say fintech investment space is again revitalizing.
Okay.
It's more mature.
Hmm.
We've seen good IPOs. In fact, one of the most
Definitely.
successful IPOs of this year is Circle, the stablecoin issuer. So it's great to see. So I think fun times are ahead, but it's much
Fantastic.
more mature.
Yeah. So it
And
takes a bit more time.
yeah, and let's see what's going to happen when AI will help to improve the current financial
That's going to be
technology
a big
space.
change for sure. Hopefully, a very good big change.
Of course, as always.
Amazing. Thank you so much. This has been Mark Berkovich at Sigma Media.
Thank you.